We're reading from Bhagavad-gita as it is, chapter 10, entitled The Opulence of the Absolute, verse 31. Pavanah pavatamasmi ramah shastra britamaham jashanam makrashasmi srotasam asmi janavi. O purifiers of purifiers, I'm the wind. Of the wielders of weapons, I'm Rama. Of fishes, I'm the shark. And of flowing rivers, I'm the Ganges. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Of all the aquatics, the shark is one of the biggest and certainly the most dangerous to man. Thus, the shark represents Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, tonight we discuss very interesting verse from 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, in which Lord describes many important things to Arjuna. The famous Chaturshloki of Bhagavad Gita is found in 10th chapter, where Lord Krishna explains the basic condensed absolute truth about himself. And he says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajantimam bhuta bhava samamvitaha. That from me everything emanates, spiritual and material existence. And those who know this truth, they surrender to me and worship me with all their heart and love. Yes. So we should know that the Supreme is the source of everything. And then later on, in this second part of 10th chapter, Lord Krishna explains his vibhutis, or opulences, how he appears in all different forms in this world. This is to understand that nothing is separate from Krishna. Yes. As we mentioned this verse before, that from him everything emanates. So everything means really everything, not just something. So anything that exists is coming from Krishna only. And this doesn't mean only these gross material things that we can see. So this table, this microphone, but also our thoughts, also our emotions, our ideas, our perceptions, yes, our knowledge, our inclinations in life. Everything emanates from Krishna only. And everything is meant for His pleasure. You should also understand this. Bhoktaram yagatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram sukhridam sarvabhutanam gyatvam shantim richati. Lord Krishna explains in 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that I'm the enjoyer and proprietor of everything. Bhoktaram yagatapasam. I'm the enjoyer of yagyas, that means of sacrifice, any sacrifice, and of any austerity. And we all do some sacrifices and austerities in life, all the time practically. Even that you are sitting here is to a certain degree an austerity, isn't it? Yes, it's not comfortable to sit like this, especially for a longer time. And certainly that you have come here is also some kind of sacrifice also. You could sit in front of the TV, yes, and do some other thing. So you sacrifice your time, your energy, your meditation to come here. But we should understand that all these different austerities that we perform, because we have a saying in Slovenia that without a toil you cannot put your shoe on. So you have to put some effort to put your shoe on. So this is also an austerity, isn't it, to a certain degree? Yeah. So every our action is in fact certain austerity and certain sacrifice. So we should understand that everything is meant for Krishna's pleasure. Yes, Bhoktaram Yagatapasam, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, and I'm proprietor of everything. And this is not just these planets and universes and so on, but as we said before, also he's the proprietor of our thoughts, of our emotions, of our inner worlds and inner universes also. So if we understand that he's proprietor and everything is meant for his enjoyment, only then we can understand the proper nature of life and of everything that exists. And one may think, yes, then Krishna, everything is he's proprietor of everything, and he's the enjoyer of everything. So he must be some kind of autocrat and dictator. But actually, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam, I'm the well-wisher of every living entity. So we should understand that he's our friend. And when he explains this, that everything is should be meant for my pleasure, and actually is, even if we don't want to do it for his pleasure, everything is still for his pleasure. It's for our benefit actually to do it for his pleasure. Yes, he explains this for our benefit because he's our friend. Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. And this is first requirement that we should understand. So whatever food I prepare, I should prepare it with this meditation. It's for Krishna's pleasure. And therefore I should offer it on the altar. Yes. I shouldn't just cook for my family or for myself. I should cook with love for the Lord. This should be our meditation. And not just cooking. Everything should be done like this. Patram pushpam palam thoyam yume bhaktya prayashati tadaham bhaktupahartam ashnami prayatatmana. Yes, this is great secret explained in 9th chapter of Bhagavad-gita, how the Lord accepts something if it is offered with love and devotion, if prepared with love and devotion for Him. And then He will accept. He will accept our offering. And if He accepts our offering, it's for our ultimate benefit. It's for our ultimate benefit. Why it's for our ultimate benefit? Because everyone wants to be happy. No one wants to be miserable. But if we put ourselves in the center of our existence, then we have to struggle for existence with everyone else. Isn't it true? Yes. Because everyone wants to enjoy what we want to enjoy also. Yes. Therefore, every living entity is in great struggle, unless and until we surrender to the Lord. Then we put the Lord in the center. This may seem to some of you very abstract knowledge, but it's very practical indeed. So you just perform your daily activities like you always do, but with this idea, I do it for Krishna, and then really use it for Krishna. Yes, that means that you should have Krishna Krishna's picture at home. You can take a picture of deities here, and you can set altar at home. Yes, and you can have picture with you wherever you go, and you can offer Krishna everything, and you should offer everything. Yat karoshi yat ashnasi yat juhoshi dadasi yat tapasisi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever you eat, whatever you do, yat karoshi yat ashnasi yat juhoshi dadasi yat. Whatever you offer or give away, just do it as an offering to me. Yes. And you will attain the highest perfection and peace. Shantim adhikashati. Shantim richati. Yes. Only in this way we can be happy. Yes, Krishna explains in 2nd chapter of Bhagavad-Gita, Ashanta sakutah sukham. Who can be happy if he's not peaceful? And if we are not actively serving Krishna with our meditation in our heart, it's not possible to be peaceful, because we are at odds with the whole world. Actually, we have to fight, at least we think that we have to fight with everyone for our right. Stand up for your right. Isn't that one song like this? Yes, get up, stand up for your right. But actually our right is to serve Krishna only. This is our right. Yes. And no one can take it away. Even the most demoniac forces cannot take this away from us. Yes. So we can always be connected to the Lord. No one can see this. No one can take it away from us. Yes. So you should connect with the Lord. And even those who chant regularly the holy name and are deep in bhakti-yoga, you should connect on very deep level. Yes, because whatever we do, if we want to achieve perfection, nothing is mechanical in life. You should understand this. If we are just on the surface and we are superficial, we cannot attain the depthness of any subject actually in life. Yes. So nothing will come automatically in life. So it should be our meditation. I want to serve you, my Lord. Yes, I want to connect with you, my Lord. And the Sanskrit word for connection is yoga. Yes, this is true yoga. Is connection with the Lord. Not some exercises to put our leg behind our neck or something like this. But to connect with the Lord in our heart. To always keep this connection alive. Yes, otherwise it's not possible to really establish this yoga. And only by establishing this connection with the Lord, only then we can be really peaceful and happy. Otherwise, we are alone actually. We depend only on our strength, isn't it? But we are extremely weak. How can we stand against the whole world? It's not possible. It's not possible. And therefore, people are always afraid. Yes. There is always some anxiety in the heart. Can you recognize it in your heart? Anxieties and fears. What will happen if this will happen? And if this won't happen, what will happen then? Yes, there are always fear in our heart if we are not connected with the Lord deeply, not just superficially. But if we are connected, then we are very peaceful, because we understand everything is sent in my life by Lord's grace and mercy. And here in the 10th chapter, Lord teaches us that we can recognize Him everywhere. his in the nature. In many, he explains many different things. Yes, he explains that his amongst the meditation, his japa meditation. Yes, so he's the best of everything. He explains the most attractive thing, the most powerful things, is Krishna. And Maharshanam Briguraham Giryam Asmi Karmaksharam Yagyanam Japayagyasmi Stavaranam Himalaya. So amongst yagyas or sacrifices, his japa yagya, chanting of the holy names on your beads. Yes. So chant regularly every day, and that in this way perform the best of yagyas or sacrifices for the Supreme. And yes, and many different things. I'll not list everything, but in today's verse, he says, "Of purifiers, I'm the wind," and we know that wind can be very forceful and can blow away even big buildings. Yes. And yes, of weapons, of builders of weapons, I'm Rama. And then there are 3 Ramas in Shastra, famous Ramas and powerful Ramas. One Ram is Raghupati Ram, is Ramachandra, famous king of Ayodhya. Yes, I believe majority of you have heard about Lord Ramachandra. Yes, he was extremely powerful personality, and he fought great demons. Yes, and killed them all. Yes, so we can pray to the Lord to kill demons in our heart, because there are great demons also in our heart that try to turn our consciousness away from Krishna, to keep different grudges in our heart. They know what is grudge? That we have bad feelings towards other people. This is grudge, and we want revenge. Have you ever felt such thing in your heart? Something like grudge, that someone did something to you that you didn't like, and you have bad feelings towards such a person. Yes, but actually this is a demon. This bad feeling is a demon who tries to take away our heart from the Lord. Our scriptures explain that all these different reversals and difficulties in life come by the mercy of the Lord, to take shelter deeply with the Lord. Yes. Because without taking shelter, then we are on our own, and therefore we are prone to fight, or to if we are too weak to fight, then we are just despondent. Yes, and depressed, isn't it? So both to fight or being depressed is our enemy. We don't like to fight, and we don't like to be depressed. Is there anyone who wants to be depressed? No one. Yes, no one wants to be depressed. So if we are connected to the Lord, then only we can escape this depression or hatred or grudge in our heart. If we are not connected, it's not possible. It's not possible. We will always be in anxiety, always will be troubled by something if we are not connected. So Ram, and then another Ram is Parashuram, who is also Lord, and he also killed. He knew how to kill. So he killed 21 generations of kings. And kings may become very proud and may usurp their prowess for their selfish purposes. And such king is not the proper king, should be removed. So the Lord removes such kings from the surface of the earth. And so we should also not be such a king. We shouldn't harbor such a king in our heart. Such a king is envious of others and wants everything for himself. So we shouldn't be like this, to exploit others for our selfish purposes. Yes. And we should pray to the Lord, please kill this demon in my heart. Because if I'm acting like this, I'm acting against my interest, because my interest is to be happy. And only happiness there is love. There is no other happiness than love. Do you know anyone who can be happy if he doesn't love anyone? Can you imagine? You can have everything in this world, every type of enjoyment, but you don't love anyone. You're utterly miserable, actually. And if no one loves you, you're miserable. You cannot be happy, even though you may have so much different things. Yes. But it's all in vain, useless. So we should pray to the Lord, please make my heart clean of these selfish interests that I have in my heart. And then there is another Ram, is Balaram. Yes, Balaram. And Bala means strength. That means very powerful Ram. And Rama, it's interesting, means the source of all pleasure. Yes. Although they were all wielders of weapons, famous wielders of weapons, but are sources of all pleasure, actually. Because only if they kill these different demons in our heart, we can experience this pleasure. This pleasure always flows, but we cannot connect if we are not purified by the wielder of the weapons of Ram. So we should pray to the Lord, please kill all these demons. You are a wielder of weapons. Please kill all these demons in my heart. As long as we are illusioned, we pray to the Lord, please kill these my enemies around around me. But this is explained. This is worship in ignorance. Tamagun. Tama means darkness, and guna means quality of nature. So this is tamagun bhakti, worship in the abode of darkness. And if we pray to the Lord, please make me rich, or please let me have a good job, or please let me have a good husband or a good wife, and so on. This is desire for material benefit, and it's under the spell of rajas, or passion. And it is explained in in 14th chapter of Bhagavad-Gita, that acting in rajas or in passion leads to misery. Yes, that there is the outcome of acting in passion is always misery. And this is interesting. Also, this word passion means suffering, actually. We have this passion of Lord Jesus Christ. It's the same word. And this passion means his suffering. And I believe that in German you have the word for passion that means suffering also. Is it? What's the word?
Leidenschaft.
How?
This is Leidenschaft.
Leidenschaft.
Light is like, suffering.
Suffering, yes.
Shaft is like, brings you suffering.
Suffering, yes. So people knew, and they chose such words. Actually, this Krishna is knower of all languages, and he put such words that we can understand. Yes, passion means suffering. Yes. So, and in goodness, we should rise above these modes of nature, even above goodness. And goodness is doing something because of duty. Yes. Or with desire for liberation. I just want to be liberated from all this suffering that I have. This is goodness. But bhakti is above goodness. It's transcendental. And it's about love. Love is beyond liberation. Love is beyond duty. Love is beyond everything if it is meant for the Lord only. So we should put the Lord in the center of our life. From morning till evening, not even for a moment forget the Lord. Do everything for His pleasure, and your life will be sublime. Hare Krishna. I think it's the time.
We have some time for like 10-15 minutes more.
Yes. Good. Is there any question or comment or doubt? Yes, please.
Can you elaborate on pure goodness? What's that like? I mean, we always try to cognize those things, but can you maybe elaborate on pure goodness? What it means for you?
Yes, pure goodness is described as transcendental goodness. Otherwise, these modes of material nature are always struggling for supremacy, which will prevail. Yes, it is explained in 14th chapter of Bhagavad-Gita. Rajastamasya vibhuya sattvam bhavarti bharata rajas sattvam tamakshaiva tamak sattvam rajastata. It's always fight amongst these different gunas, which will prevail. So, in this material world, nothing is pure. Not even one quality, not one guna is pure. Always there is mix of different gunas. And therefore, every one of us is under different mixture of these influences. Yes, like you have 3 basic colors, and all other colors are just mixture of these 3 basic colors, and you have unlimited tinges of colors. So it's also with these modes, there are unlimited tinges of these modes, of mixture of these modes. But there is also transcendental goodness, or pure goodness. You mentioned this pure goodness. And this pure goodness is possible only on transcendental level, beyond the modes of material nature. And this pure goodness is understanding my relationship with the Lord. And my relationship, the basic relationship, is to be a servant of the Lord. Yes. And everyone is a servant. Jivara Swarupa Hoy Krishna Nitya Das. Nitya means always, eternally. And Das means servant. So we are Krishna's servants eternally. Even most ardent atheist is only Krishna's servant and nothing more. And all the time, Nitya. Not just maybe sometimes, but 24 hours a day, every day, without exception. But he, as Krishna explains, Ye pyanya devata bhaktaya janti shadhyavan vida. Tipi mamiva kante ajantya vidi purvakam. He explains in 9th chapter of Bhagavad-Gita that those who worship other gods and whatever we cherish in our heart, whatever we are meditating, whatever we are thinking of, is actually our God. Yes. If you have certain likes or dislikes, these are our gods. So, if we worship the Lord in this form, and the whole 10th chapter is dedicated to this, that we can understand whatever is attractive to us, it's actually He Himself only. Yes. He says at the end of 10th chapter, Yat Yat, how is it is? I will see. Yat Yat Vibhutimat Sattvam Srimat Urjitameva Tata Tavavagachatvam Mamate Jomsha Sambhavam. That whatever there is attractive and beautiful and yes, magnificent in this world is just a fraction of my splendor. So whatever we are attracted to is Krishna only. Yes. If we are in love in Krishna only. Actually, everyone is in love in Krishna only all the time. Even if we are in love only in our body. It's Krishna. But we worship Him in the wrong way. Avidi Purvakam, he says. Yes. Therefore, pure goodness is to understand I am Krishna's servant. I want to please Him. This is my only desire, my only prayer. I want to please you, my Lord. Please help me to purify my existence, that I would just serve you. Yes. This is pure goodness. Desire to serve the Lord and nothing more. Because there was Prahlad, famous example of Prahlad Maharaj, who got the darshan of Lord Narasimhadev. And Lord Narasimhadev offered any benediction to Prahlad. And Prahlad didn't want to take any boon for himself. And then the Lord pressed him that you should ask for something. And then Prahlad Maharaj said that, my Lord, you are my master and I'm your servant. And I don't expect anything for my service. If I would, that would be Vanik mentality. Vanik means merchant. I'm not merchant. We all do some services. We go to work every day or do something with expectation. I'll be paid for this work. Yes, but this shouldn't be our mentality towards the Lord. Yes. We should do everything unconditionally, without any expectation for any return. This is pure goodness. Yes, it's pure love. You do something from your heart to satisfy the object of your love, and it brings you the utmost pleasure. So, for example, if you would be in love with some girl, you wouldn't expect some payment from her. It would bring you utmost pleasure if you can make this girl happy, isn't it? Yes, this is the secret of love, um, to satisfy the object of your love. And of course, this material kind of love is just lust, as is explained. But pure love is possible in relationship with the Lord, and that is needed. This is what we want to achieve, and this is pure goodness. Hare Krishna. Any other question or comment? Or doubt? You said that you have many questions.
Yes.
Yes.
I was just looking on my phone to.
Oh yes, to find them.
I wanted to understand more about the modes of nature, because it is said in the Bhagavad-Gita that the modes of nature are the
Mike.
it's now it's working. It is said that the modes of nature are in 14:19 it says, no other performer is at work than these modes of nature.
Yes.
And my understanding of the modes of nature was that they were sort of like an energy that is covering the material nature, not something that has like some sort of potency to act. So I'm trying to understand.
Hare Krishna. It's matter. This also has problems.
I'm basically trying to understand what.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'm basically trying to understand what these modes are really. Are they sort of things that influence? Are they sort of like energies that influence the living entity, or are they sort of?
Yes, everything is composed of modes actually. It's not just energy, but also, yes, everything is ultimately energy. This external, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. This external energy is also energy. Matter is also an energy. Living force is also an energy. Everything is Lord's energy that exists. And this external energy is working under the force of modes. Yes. So everything is also, as is said, is composed of these modes. Hare Krishna. Okay. Yes. And we should understand our mind, our intelligence, our body, everything is composed of modes of material nature and influenced under these different modes. So whatever we do in this world is done by either our intelligence and mind and body, and this is all composed of modes. So only the modes are active, actually. But on the other hand, in the 18th chapter, Lord Krishna explains that there are 5 factors of every action. Yes. Adhisthana tata karta, karanam cha pratakvidam, vividarscha pratakshishta, Devam Chivatra Panchamam. And the soul is also mentioned as one of the actors, and the Lord himself, and the field of activities like body, and different endeavors are mentioned as factor. But we should understand that as long as a soul is under this material illusion, under the influence of ignorance, we identify with our body and mind and intelligence. And therefore, whatever we do is actually influenced only by these modes in this conditioned state. We give life to these modes because modes are dead themselves. It's dead matter. Matter is dead. We should understand this. Our body is dead matter. Whatever gives life to this body is living force within the body. So, body itself is just that whirlwind of material elements, and there is no difference in the chemical components of one who just died and a moment before when he was living. Yes, so the body is same, but it's difference because this living force went out. So yes, because this living force is identifying with the body, therefore he thinks that he's a doer, but Lord Krishna explains in 3rd chapter that he's just illusion. Kartaham iti manyate. Yes. Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha. Ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. This bewildered living entity, Vimudatma, thinks that he's the doer, but only these modes are performing actions, actually. Yes. So in the same, he explains in 14th chapter. Can you switch off? It's off, huh? Hare Krishna. So yes, we should understand that as long as we don't surrender to Krishna, we are just like puppets of this material nature. You should understand this. Do you know how the puppets are dancing according to puppeteer? And we think that something is wrong there. Hare Krishna. We think that we are independent, but we are not. Maybe you can just switch it off completely. I can speak loud enough, I believe. Hare Krishna. This doesn't work. Okay. It's off. Okay, good. Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Good. So yes, as long as we are, as long as we don't surrender to Krishna, we are just like puppets. And these modes of material nature are pulling the strings. So everything in this way is done by the modes, because the modes are the one who are pulling the strings. And therefore, if we don't want to be puppets, we should just surrender to the Lord and do everything for His pleasure. That means we should cook for Krishna every day. We should chant japa to for Krishna's pleasure every day. That means this Maha Mantra we chant on japa beads every day. We should hear from Bhagavad-gita as it is every day. And we should read Bhagavad-gita as it is every day. And if we do it like this, we'll attain perfection. Yes. We'll be happy. And this is what we all want to achieve. Hare Krishna. And yes, you had a question, yes, please.
Yeah, so it's off anyway. So related to the last two questions and what you just elaborated, there's like one paradox that I hope that I've been trying to resolve myself and I can't, and I hope you can maybe resolve it for me. So as per Gita 1866, I think I have surrendered and I do not fear, and I understand that that we have to dissolve our ego and understand that that's also illusion, and that that we basically just the witnessing consciousness, the soul, right? But so if I'm only the witnessing consciousness and the three modes of nature are pulling the strings, and I basically don't have agency myself at all, then how does that tie into the law of karma? Because like at the same, while I understand that I don't have agency really, I do want to take responsibility and not take the cheap way out of the law of karma. But if I don't have agency and I'm just the witnessing consciousness, then how does that doesn't that negate the law of karma? Can you elaborate?
Yes, good question. We as living entities have minute independence. Lord is absolutely independent, and we as part and parcel of the Lord, insignificant particles, have insignificant amount of free will. More we are under the modes of nature, less free will is there. So human life is something special. In human life, we are able to understand what is wrong and what is not. And therefore Krishna comes again and again. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanama dharmasya tadatmanam sarjamyaham. Whenever there is decline in religious principles and rise in these demoniac principles, I myself appear, either he himself or by his representative. And he teaches religion, proper spiritual understanding for our benefit, to know what is right and what is not. And when we know, then we have free choice to act in a certain way, according to what is proper, in proper way. You have free choice. Of course, this free choice is also limited by our defects, our inclinations, which are influenced by the modes of material nature. Yes, Arjuna, for example, asks Krishna in 3rd chapter of Bhagavad-gita, Ata kena prayuktamam papam charti purusha anicham api varshnaya balativa niyojita. That how it's possible that sometimes we act even against our own will, as we are forced to do something. And then Krishna explains, Kama isha krodha isha rajoguna samudbhava mahashano mahapapma vidyanamiha vairinam. It's only lust is causing this, and that turns in wrath, in anger. And this lust is all-devouring, sinful enemy of this world. Yes, so under the influence of this material identification and lust, which doesn't mean only sex attraction, but means actually any kind of of bodily pleasure. We do many things that are contrary to principles of religion or principles of moral conduct taught by Krishna or his representatives. But we as human beings can understand what is proper and what is not. And therefore Krishna regularly teaches us, and also teaches us through Bhagavad-gita and through his representatives, what is of real value, how to attain what we really are craving for. We are craving for bliss. Everyone is craving for bliss only, and for nothing else. And bliss is attained only if we surrender to Krishna, and in no other way possible. So Krishna is so merciful that he teaches us in any spiritual path, actually. Even in Christianity you will get this knowledge if you are sincere. But especially he sent Prabhupada and his representatives to dive even more deeply. In this way you have a certain amount of free will, although you are influenced by material nature, and therefore you cannot surrender at the spot immediately. Very difficult. But there is a whole process that you can pray. Please, Lord, help me. I want to connect with you. I want to develop love for you. I want to be with you. And if we are sincere like this, then Lord help us and purifies these influences of material nature in our heart. This answer your question?
Yeah. That's definitely helpful. Sure.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Yes, please.
A question. Lord Chaitanya said, when we are humble, then we can chant the holy name all the time. So is there something what we can do to become humble? Is it like philosophy that we understand Krishna as the greatest and we are very small and all other living entities are like we? Or has Krishna to purify us with bad experiences? Or can we fake it till we make it? Is there something what we can do to become more humble?
Yes, thank you for bringing this up. Lord Chaitanya says, Trinadapi sunichana taroriva sahishnana amanina manatina kirtanya sadahari. One should be more humble than a blade of grass, as tolerant as a tree, and not expect respect for oneself, but offer all respect to others. And only then you can be connected to the Lord constantly chant the holy name. And then he says that one should put this verse on the string of a holy name and wear it around his neck for constant remembrance. So it is mentioned that we should take it very seriously, this verse, to become extremely humble. And how to become extremely humble? It's not possible on our own. Therefore, we should first understand that it's required to be humble. Because what is real humbleness is to put ourselves out of the center. This is real humbleness. And put the Lord in the center, His will. And then I can be really forceful. For example, Arjuna's expression of humbleness was that he was killing other people. Yes, with humble heart. He chopped off the head of another person. Yes. So, but he didn't want to fight at all at the beginning. But then he surrendered to Krishna's will, and that was humbleness. Therefore, we should pray to the Lord, please help me to surrender to your will. This is true humbleness. And why more humble than a blade of grass? Because blade of grass is struggling for existence, for its existence. If we see the life of a grass, it's always in some struggle with other grasses around it, for its living space, for food, for survival, actually. But devotee understands that his existence is eternal. He doesn't need to struggle for survival because he's eternal. Yes. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिं नयं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यक्षरत्वयं पुराणो न हान्यते हान्यमाने शरीरे. That soul can never be killed and is ever existing in primeval. Yes. Even when body dies, the soul is existing. And devotee understands everything that is happening to me is by Krishna's mercy. So, but these are of course quite elevated stages of consciousness. But until we don't develop such elevated state of consciousness, we should pray to the Lord. Please help me. Please help me to surrender. Please help me to accept the will of spiritual master. Therefore, we should first act of humbleness is to accept the guidance of spiritual master, to surrender to spiritual master. Because if we don't surrender to spiritual master, where is the question of humbleness? Until that time, I'm my master. I'm my Lord. I surrender to this abstract Krishna maybe in the book, but according to my way and my understanding. But actual first step towards real humbleness is to accept authority of a spiritual master and surrender our life to him. Then we really understand we are not number one anymore. I'm just a servant. And this mentality is true humbleness. And we should pray to the Lord to be proper servant in a proper mood. Hare Krishna. Yes, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So maybe I'm following up the question. My understanding of being humble is that we have to be forgiving as well, for maybe if somebody else is hurting us or making mistakes. So we have to be forgiving to the other person. But maybe the other person hurt us, and that thing we are not able to forget. I'm not able to forget what he did, but I forgave him. So, but that thing is still with me, maybe, and I'm not able to forget. So that thing is again hurting me. So how to get out of this cycle of
Yes.
forgiving and forgetting?
If you forgive, it doesn't hurt anymore. Even if, and it's good that you remember. In Slovene we have a proverb that only the donkey goes only once on the ice. that I don't know if you know what does it mean. That we shouldn't be cheated more than once. That means we should remember if someone is a cheater, it's good that we forgive, but we shouldn't forget. So we should know with whom we are dealing. Yes. So such people that are not, they don't have good character, we should avoid their association and dealings with them. But we shouldn't take grudge, because this grudge is destroying us from within. And it's not beneficial for our spiritual life either. Devotee accepts everything that is happening to him as Lord's mercy. Yes. And even if someone does something that is not right to us, we accept it as Lord's mercy, that we can surrender more sincerely to the Lord. But we don't keep grudge in our heart. We forgive. But if necessary, we also, I don't know, if some abuse is there, we can definitely report to the police or anything like this, for this person to be punished for his misdeeds, because this is also service to this person. Yes, because it's for his betterment. Yes, to be punished. We shouldn't tolerate some great misuse or cheating or or abuse or something like this. But at the same time, we shouldn't keep bad feelings in our heart, but be grateful to Krishna. Yes, it's an art of Krishna consciousness. Yes.
Can I add something on this?
Sorry?
Can I add something to this?
Yes, please.
But I also try, if someone is hurting me, that I remember, okay, I see it as a learning experience, that I think, okay, I will not act like he to someone else. So this way I can take something positive, I can learn, okay, I know how it hurts, and I will not do the same thing.
Yes.
And this way I'm the winner.
Yes, yes. You got something from, yes, some positive teaching. Krishna sent me this experience to teach me something also. Yes, thank you very much. Is there any other question? Yes, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhupada. I have a question I heard from in one of the Prabhupada's lecture, that as we try to progress in Krishna consciousness, our all doubts will be cleared, right? So my question is, how can I check my progress in daily basis in a practical way, or can increase my Krishna consciousness or love as per practice?
Yes. You can check your Krishna consciousness of how strictly you are following the process. Very simple. If you devote your time, quality time for chanting, and you don't do anything else during your chanting, and you chant at least 16 rounds daily, then you're progressing nicely. And you don't criticize anyone or blaspheme anyone, then you're progressing. You're not keeping grudge in your heart, you're progressing. And you accept the spiritual master in your life, you're progressing. And you're reading daily Bhagavad-gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Take quality time for reading, you're progressing. And also hearing. And more your life is dedicated to Krishna's service, then you're progressing. That means that there is no fun outside of Krishna consciousness. No cinema, no restaurants, no anything like this. Then you're progressing. Otherwise, you're attached to illusion, material illusion. Yes. You can see then. Yes. Where is your taste? Yes. Where do you find pleasure? In serving Krishna or serving your senses and mind? Yes. And in this way you can judge your progression in spiritual life. And we think that maybe this is difficult to live like this, but it's only illusion. This is only pleasurable life. This life that we think that is pleasurable, this pleasure outside of Krishna consciousness, this is just suffering. Brings no substance to our life. It's useless, it's empty completely, and leaves us empty. And doesn't fulfill our heart with love, but fulfills our heart with material desires. And this the material desires that we have, more we suffer. Yes. Therefore, we can check our progress according our activities. Yes. Hare Krishna. Anything else? We should end. Gantraj Bhagavad-gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Pramanande, Hare Bol, Hare Krishna.